Howdy y'all, welcome to Haze and Barrel Craftworks. I'm the Alchemist. Alright y'all, where did this one come from? I mean, it was released in, what, late March? I started reading about it. I found out more about it in April. I started hearing about it in April. I heard folk picking up bottles here and there in April, but I really didn't see Jim Beam putting out any big press release. I mean, I had to look for it, and usually there's big notices, there's big information on this stuff coming out, and these distilleries want you to know, what did Jim Beam do with this one? This is Knob Creek's Blenders Edition Batch 01, and I'm telling you, it's not easy to get. At least around in my small town, South Dakota, not a bottle to be found. I went to my guy that, I tell you all that I usually go to for a lot of my bottles. He's been looking for it for me ever since I first heard about it in March. Nothing. He can't get anything. I went to my Will Liquors that I usually go to down in Sioux Falls, and they get, maybe 1 to 3 bottles, my guy said down there, a couple times a month. And every time I go down on, that I have a chance to go down on the weekends, they're sold out. They're sold out. They've got a shelf right up front. Well, actually, it's a stand right up front where they put these bottles, and they are sold out as soon as they come in on release day. Haven't been able to get one. I actually had to go on a business trip back in April to Florida to find this bottle in a Total Wine in Florida. Only way I was able to get a bottle of this one. Knob Creek Blenders Edition Batch 01. A lot of hype. Why is this one hard to find? Well, what I'm finding out is this one's so dang good. Only one batch. It's a one and done. Yeah, they're going to come out with a batch 2, probably, but it's going to be different than batch 1. And what I'm finding is folks are hoarding them. When they come out and people find out they're there, they're hoarding these bottles. They want them all for themselves. I feel myself fortunate to have found one, and I hear a lot of good about them, but now we're going to find out if that hype is right. I mean, it's got the typical Knob Creek 77% corn, 13% rye, 10% malted barley, and the MSRP is just as good as the other Knob Creeks you find out there, or at least most of them that you find out there. It's $44.99, and it's a good MSRP. I mean, I like to go for that Knob Creek 9 that I get for right around that $30 MSRP, and I can pick it up on the shelves for close to that all the time. And it's got that nice sweet flavor profile that I like on the nose, on the palate. It's fantastic. Love it. I also like, it's a little bit more, of course, but that Knob Creek single barrel, single barrel proof, I believe it comes in at like around 120 proof. I've got a bottle of that. They're down there on the end of my shelf. That one's also nice and sweet. But what does this Knob Creek Blenders Edition have? What did Freddie No do for us on this one? When it comes in on proof for this one, what do we have? It is 106 proof. Let's see what we got. Okay, on the nose, the first thing that I get is caramel, which is not unusual for a Knob Creek, but I'm also getting a light barrel, and to me, I'm getting a little bit of chocolate on this one. A little bit of chocolate, and then there's some vanilla on there. So vanilla, but it's vanilla bean. It's not like the fake baker's vanilla that I call out sometimes on some of these. It's a nice vanilla bean. So what do we got? We got some nice vanilla bean. We've got some caramel. Got some nice light oak. And I have to say, with that nice light oak, I've also got myself some good barrel spices with that. But let's see what that palate tells us. The first thing on that Kentucky Chew, I'm telling you, that viscosity is lovely. For under 50 bucks. Oh, that's good so far. Okay, so again on that palate, I've got that caramel right up front. As soon as I get past that Kentucky Chew, I was lost in that viscosity, but as soon as I get past that Kentucky Chew, I've got that caramel. And as I'm licking my lips, I've got caramel. I've still got that vanilla that I came up with. And that chocolate that I was getting on the nose, it was more of a dark chocolate on the nose, but on the palate, it's lighter. It's a lighter chocolate. Maybe more milky, more like a milk chocolate. I'm still getting the oak and the barrel spices on this. You know, there's also like after a sip, there's also like a toasted. A toasted sweetness there on the nose too. Well, that finish is nice though. The caramel is still there on the finish. That oak spices on the finish. And this finish is long. I mean, you've got that the oak spices on the finish, but it's long and it lingers. And I've got that finish of that caramel across the front of my palate to the mid palate to the back of the palate, and at that 106, there's not a lot of heat at all. Not much of a Kentucky hug. I got a little bit of a Kentucky hug, but there's not much heat that's really disturbing anything of these flavors. It's got that sweetness I love. It's got that oak that I love. It's got some oak spices that I love. Oh, that barrel spice is nice. And it's all sweet. So if I would call out one main barrel spice, I'm going to say nutmeg, because the sweetness comes right out there. And the caramel is almost like like it's just starting to turn that edge from a nice caramel to a burnt caramel nose. There's also a bit of a nuttiness on this palate that's fantastic. But I'm telling you, if you can find it with as hard as this one is to get, with all the folk out there trying to grab this one and hoard this one, you need to grab it at $44.99. This one is a must-have on your shelf. This is fantastic. And as you all know, I love to have you all coming back around. So please take it easy. Don't drink and drive. Cheers.